So tell us about this lifestyle. You mentioned this earlier, and I think this is a really, really important piece. And we touched on this just briefly. My thing and what I focus on is the numbers and the logical and financial side. But buying a home is emotional, and there's a lot to it. And this, Beth, is where I admire you so much. You really, really understand the emotion around buying a home. I don't have that skill. I just understand the math around buying a home. So we work together really, really well. But talk to us about this. What's important for folks and what should they think about that maybe they haven't considered?
That's a huge one. A lot of people will say buying a home brings them happiness. And there's the old joke, if money can't buy you true happiness, I guess you'll have to rent it. But those of us who are renting don't usually feel really happy about renting for an extended time.
That's
So
right.
let's take a look at home ownership. In the upper left-hand corner, you're the boss of your home. If you want to have cats and dogs, you can. If you want to put any color palette on the walls, nobody's going to fault you for your choice of colors or decor, except maybe your spouse. And if you want to put in a garden growing who knows what, you could grow whatever you want to in your garden or not. And if you want chickens, those blasted chickens, then you can go on ahead and get chickens, assuming that it fits within the city code and the HOA. So if you've been feeling cramped in how you want to live, in your lifestyle, how you really want to make the most and bring as much happiness to yourself as possible, renting can kind of cramp your style. So you got to think lifestyle. What is it? What makes your lifestyle? Am I going to live in the heart of the city? Am I going to live in the mountains? Am I going to live in the burbs? Where do I want to live? And the idea usually is that people will move within about 3 miles from where they are now because they
Mm-hmm.
know that area. It's working for them. It's close enough to work and friends and family. But recreation matters. There was a fellow I was working with who was really buff. And I knew he had to be dedicated, but I didn't realize how dedicated he was. He said, I will go to any of these three 24-hour fitnesses because they have the right kind of pool and equipment, and I run there and back for my workouts. So I need a mile away so that I've got my run. So we had a most unusual search pattern, but it worked. For him, recreation was important. For some
Yeah.
other folks, they go skiing a lot, and some others go snowboarding and mountain biking. They need to be close enough to the mountains that it's not 45 minutes to even get to the foothills.
Mm-hmm.
Recreation actually matters, especially for Coloradans.
I agree.
Shopping's important. You've got to be able to get to the grocery store or the schools or the parks. Transit and streets are important. For some people, they don't want to be driving all the time. And I
Mm-hmm.
can't blame them. It's always exciting to be on the roads. And so sometimes transit makes a difference. But so does noise
Mm-hmm.
from streets
Yeah.
and busyness. Crime is an issue for many people. It's a concern. I can't address crime. I can tell you where to go to get the information, but I can't tell you about anything that would be a fair housing issue. You will find the information. Don't worry. There are ways
Mm-hmm.
of checking those things out. Kids and family make a difference.
Yeah.
When we take a look, think back to um, Leela and Tony. Remember, they wanted to be in their own place, and they really were thinking chickens would be really cool. Well, she was thinking chickens would be really cool, and he was thinking they'd be really gross.
He was probably thinking eggs would be really cool. There's a difference between chicken and eggs. Eggs are pretty fun. Chickens sound like work.
Well, she thought the chickens were kind of cuddly and cute, and he's thinking, I don't want to deal with chickens and chicken poop.
Yep.
But there was this whole discussion about lifestyle around what would it mean to live with chickens. So we had this conversation and we're going through all this. And then there was oh, what about mom and dad?
Mm-hmm.
They actually really need help now. And it would be really helpful if they could watch the kids a little bit while they're still capable. So
While we're taking care of the chickens.
the chickens went by the wayside.
Oh, okay. We got mom and dad instead of the chickens. That's a pretty good trade-off.
I think it was a decent trade-off, but it was really an important change because then we had to look at layouts and what would be handicap accessible, et
Mm-hmm.
cetera. It changed the whole purview of what we were looking at. The lifestyle suddenly changed.
Yeah.
And in Colorado, we have wonderful seasons. Today is a beautiful, sunny, warm day. It's saying, come outside and play. Don't stay inside. Outdoor living is important.
Mm-hmm.
So our outdoor living, our hobbies, all those things create our lifestyle. The Colorado lifestyle is hard to beat.
It
It's
really
hard
is.
to find just about anywhere else in the United States. So think about what's important to you. You want to do Pokemon Go? I know where there's some good gyms. All those kinds of things can be worked into your lifestyle.